Hey everybody, this is Chad here from CNR Reviews. We're going to do a shooting impression of the Keltec PF-9 9mm. I'm using a Cellar & Bellet 115 grain ammo, and we're going to see how the gun does. It is a double action only. Trigger pull is actually surprisingly light compared to what I thought it was going to be. And we'll just show you, I've got a 6-inch target set up at 7 yards. Actually, I have 2 of them. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot, give you my impressions, and then Ryan's going to go ahead and shoot, and then give you his impressions on the gun. And what we'll do is we'll put a couple hundred rounds through this thing before we do a review. And that way we'll really give it a really good chance to break in. But already, I'll just tell you, my first 2 magazines out, I've already had 2 failure to ejects, and it's jammed the bullets in there so hard. I've had to sit there and mess with the gun, so it's given me some issues, which is I won't say it's unusual for a new gun, but it's, especially at this price point. But when you compare it to like the Glock, the Sig, the gosh, even a Taurus, a lot of those, they don't do that. So. All right, here we go. It's a 7-round mag. And I'm still trying to mess with this base plate on the bottom of this mag. We do have a new base plate coming in. That's
You're going to go to the left target, right, Chad?
Yeah, I'm going to go do the left target.
Okay.
Ooh, off paper. And there we go, guys.
It's not bad.
No, you know, as long as you actually control that double action, I'm really not used to it, to be honest with you. I haven't shot the gun enough to actually get used to it.
Excuses, excuses.
I am really impressed, though, with the accuracy of the weapon. And that time I didn't have any failure to eject. So that's actually the first time I've shot it, and it hasn't had a failure to eject.
What is it like?
I'm going to go and reload for Ryan, and then I'm going to take the camera, and Ryan's going to go ahead and do it. But I think the gun does bark, and it definitely bites. It gets you right back here. And that is not unusual. Like the Bursa 380, the standard 380, did that also. It also pinched a little bit. And I think it's just the design back here, the back of this Keltec. I don't know if you guys can see that. With it like being squared off here. And I don't know if that's a design flaw or...
I don't think that's a flaw.
It's just not 100% comfortable. It doesn't feel 100% easy to grip and natural to grip. So I'm going to go ahead and give the gun to Ryan. We'll move down here. And here we go. Ryan's going to be shooting at the right target. Double bullseye. Well, that wasn't too bad. You shot a little high, but that's only the second time Ryan shot that gun, so that's not too bad. And again, that's only a little tiny 6-inch target. I'll show you the little target we're shooting at. It's these little ridiculous ones that are not the shoot and see.
They're a little 6-inch target there.
Yeah, so you can see there's my hand. My hand's bigger than the target.
And guys, if Chad can zoom in on this right here, you can actually see the skin from my hand where this is kind of biting in. Right here.
Oh yeah, I see it, dude.
Yeah, it's actually biting into my hand a little bit. Now also when you pull this trigger, because the trigger is really smooth, you have a tendency on that long, or at least I have a tendency on that long double pull, that my finger kind of goes to the bottom of the guard.
Yeah.
And then when the recoil actually hits, the trigger pinches my finger.
Yeah.
On the bottom here.
that trigger's so smooth, I'm almost rushing my shots.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to prime it a little bit. You have to pull it very slowly. I'm not sure about a rapid fire with this gun, if it will be controlled as easily. I mean, it is a 9mm. It does have a little bit more muzzle flip. That wasn't bad for the second time shooting it though. So
No, and you know, and zero malfunction too. So maybe it was just having a couple hiccups. So
maybe Chad was just limp wristing it.
yeah, I probably pussy wristing it. So there's my shots. It's not a bad little grouping.
And don't forget, there was one off the board.
Yeah, and there was one off the board, and Ryan's got a couple high ones. So there we go, guys. That's our first impressions of the Keltec PF-9. Like I said, we're going to go and put it through its paces, and then what we'll do is we'll compare it to the Glock. I will say this, the sights on this gun seem to be really nice. I'm very impressed. What do you think of those, Ryan? They're really clear.
Really easy sight picture.
It's a very easy sight picture.
Easy sight picture. And where you're aiming, just right at center. I mean, you're putting your sights right at the center of the target,
Yeah.
and it's going where you're aiming.
Yeah.
Don't aim a little high. I'm used to shooting a lot of Berettas and things like that, which are actually point of impact rather than point of aim. This gun is point of aim. Point of impact, you have to hold the gun up a little bit higher because it's where the bullet is actually going. Like, you have to aim with the barrel rather than the sights, if that makes any sense. This one you can aim with the sights because it's actually point of aim.
Sure, and I did adjust that sight. It was a little bit crooked from the factory, but it's very easy to adjust. So anyways, guys, again, Chad and Ryan from CNR Reviews, and look forward to our review. Thanks a lot.